Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. How's it going? Hope you're all having a great week. Back with just a little update video, not really a recap. Just going to talk about a little update of obviously where I've been and just a few things I've seen in the market today. So, not traded the last few days, not been paying any attention to the market. I've been off sick. I've got the case of the man flu. Feeling a lot better today actually. And today was the first day this week that I've actually kept an eye on the market and what's happening. So, pre-market, before I looked at any stocks or today in general, I had the plan of I'll watch the market. If I see anything good, I will trade it. But I didn't just see anything good today. There was nothing really hot or big momentum that was interesting me, or in this price range, or in my price range. So no trades today, as you see here. Shares traded 0. We'll be back at it as normal tomorrow and Friday. Hopefully we'll see something that comes up, some sort of momentum in the market for a long bias trader. But breaks are never a bad thing. Obviously, if you're not well, they're not the best. But having a time away from the market, it isn't always a bad thing, and you need that now and again. And it looks like sort of a good time to do it. There wasn't much, from what I'm seeing, much crazy momentum in the market. Maybe from a short bias trader, it would have been a good time to trade. It looks like everything's just popping and dropping, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. But yeah, back as normal. Apologise again for not uploading, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. So just a quick one we'll talk about today. So a lot of the stocks just not trading because RBZ, CTRM, GLBS, just looking at them pre-market. RBZ and CTRM, just price range, you see it around the $18 mark, and just not within my price range. But one thing we're seeing here is we're seeing a lot of things that are happening. Two things really. Stocks are popping, and basically they're popping and dropping. So you see here pre-market making a crazy move. Lots of, from $10 up to $18 or $19, an absolutely insane move. And then what happens at the open? Yeah, it made a little pop, but it basically just, all the shorts just come in and they're just riding the wave down. Just, you see, popping and dropping, and that's just a similar thing here. CTRM was a bit more cleaner to trade from a short side, and that's one thing I'm definitely learning to do now, is just not become a short bias trader, but I think I understand short bias trading a lot better than long bias trading, but definitely I need to learn some more strategies, watch more charts, and just get obviously overall better at it. But once again, you see here after hours and pre-market, it's making this big, well, this is crazy moves pre-market, but after hours it made a great move. Pre-market, it was up at 22 almost, all the way back down to like 11, back up to 22, back down to 11, and then it popped up to 18. And once we get this big sell off here, I think we could easily have got in from sort of the lower these candles here, 15, from a short bias, because what's happening, they're making these big moves up and big move down. CTRM, a bit more confidence in this one from a short side, because it's got this little gap here at 1050, and gaps normally fill, so it wouldn't surprise me if you watch this at the end of the day and this gap is filled. But yeah, just gives you the overall of the market right now and what stocks are happening. GLBS, that's a daily chart, gapped up pre-market, started to once again actually after hours making these big moves. Pre-market starting to sell off, but getting a few bounces. At the open, it just completely sold off and tanked, and then it made a bit of a bounce. It actually done a little bit of a washout here, or did a washout here, from basically the $4 down to the 370. So not the biggest one, but you could have probably bought that bounce, that little washout for the bounce back up to $4, but as you see, nothing really going on here. And once again, another theme, and that's just a common theme in the market. I think a lot of us have seen in general. Stocks, they make these big moves, they have the momentum, they have the fuel, they have the hype, and then once that's over, they just crash down. So you can't just buy a stock anywhere knowing that, because one, you never know, and two, with shorting, you could blow up your account, your broker could take you out early. There's many things, but knowing that sort of kind of principle of that, these stocks make these crazy moves and then they always sell off 99% of the time. Sort of the idea now for me is to find out how can I identify in real time when I should be getting in, where will these, as best as I can, these top ticks be, because we're just seeing it all the time. These stocks even today, for example, prime example, these stocks are just making crazy moves up, and then they're just selling off. They run out of the hype, they run out of the momentum, they run out of the the fuel, and then that's it. And in the end of the day, it is a battle between bulls and bears, and whoever wins that battle, that's where the stock goes. But most of the time, from a bull's perspective, it's just hype, it's just quick momentum. It's getting on that momentum, getting out, and that's it. So you've got to be quick for that perspective, and you've got to understand a lot more. Whereas I think from a bear's perspective, you can be a bit more patient. You can look to set, let's say, use this as an example, set this at your top. Let's say you got in at, let's say here you got in because you saw this and you thought, okay, this price, this pivot here, this 450 area is going to be my stop loss, and you see here now how it's just having this resistance. And let's say you got in 450 is your stop loss, and you're just looking to ride it down. CTRN was a better one, so I think you can be a lot slower and more patient with shorting. But once again, I need to understand and learn more about it, and that's definitely what I'm doing. SHIP come up on the scanner and made a big move. You see here from basically $5 all the way up to $7. It actually got halted. It opened higher and then it just tanked and had a tiny bounce, and then it just tanked off and actually got halted going down, and it just sold off. And that's what we're seeing. So these three were on the pre-market scanner, and they're doing the same thing. There's not many that are doing a BPTH where they're just doing insane parabolic moves. But even that, once eventually that came down. But most of them, especially, so these ones pre-market, they're making these big moves up pre-market and then they're selling off. And these ones that come off the scanners quickly, people, long bias traders, looking to quickly get on the hype, get on the momentum. And then what's happening, once the hype's over, they sell off. So that's basically all I'm seeing at the market. And that's going to be it for the quick, short video. I said back at it as always, and just a little thing there to sort of... give you a bit of identity of what the market's looking like right now, popping and dropping basically. So, going to see you tomorrow, guys. Take care. Bye bye.